All right. Welcome, Grenada, Carrico, and the rest of the world. We'd like to officially welcome you to another Mikey Live program. I'm your host, Mikey Hutchinson, and we are coming to you live from the Spice Isle of the Caribbean, that is Grenada. We appreciate your company all the time. For the first-time viewers, welcome to the program. And for those of you who are always here, we call you the usual suspects. Well, hello and welcome to you, folks. This is it. News discussed, not told. We may have a little perspective on the business, but of course we try our best to be as fair and as balanced as possible. Earlier, we have a lot to tell you about, boy. Tonight we're hearing about a shooting incident that happened at Mount Parnassus, and Jason is wounded. We'll talk more about that when we come back from our first break as well. Early morning incident on the Carenage. Luckily, everyone is safe. Government of Grenada to assist with toilet and bathroom facility. We'll talk about that. All right. Dengue numbers are spiking here in Grenada, but good news is COVID-19 numbers are even getting lower and lower. We are one of the countries in the world with the lowest COVID-19 active cases. We will tell you more in a moment. And the supermarket owner reports signs of inflation. We'll talk to you about that and more when we come back. By the way, Caribbean Agro Industries have postponed their pending price increase on products. Of course, we're going to explain that to you more in details. So we've got that and more to talk to you about when we come back. Folks, we got to say thank you to the business community who sponsors our headlines. We're talking about the Communal Cooperative Credit Union, Real Value IGA Supermarket, Licks Laundry Detergents, the Housing Authority of Grenada, the Ministry of Health, Court Grenada Limited, Digicel, and Nawasa. Thank you guys. And of course, we appreciate your support. Folks, when we come back, it could be real news in Olililolo. Now, some of all you haven't shared the program as yet. You know what I mean? So this is where we'll encourage you to please go ahead and share the business so that other people will know that we are live. So share the thing, and folks, we are coming back.
We support you at every stage of your life.
For business,
for your education,
for your financial freedom,
for that new ride.
Upgrade your life with the Communal. Contact us today.
Running low on groceries? Why not visit realvalueiga.com and experience our new online shopping platform? Place your order, then go out and enjoy your day to spend more time with friends and family. Free delivery available within select locations or in-store pickup available. Sounds simple, right? It is. Stress less, live more with Real Value IGA online store, where good food begins.
If your whites aren't looking whiter and brighter,
just give them licks.
If your clothes isn't feeling soft and smelling fresh and scented all day,
give them licks.
If your dishwashing liquid doesn't smell like lemon, protects your hands with vitamin E, and gets rid of that stubborn grease,
just give them licks.
Just now. So that old smell, stain, grease mark, and dust still on your floor?
Our licks for them.
If your toilet still has those stains and dirt marks?
Licks.
So the color's fading and the stains still in your clothes, huh?
Licks.
Your product's giving you licks?
Then choose Licks from Walker Enterprises. Also available at all leading supermarkets.
How going on, boy?
Hey, good old things.
Hey, easy.
Yeah.
Boy, in line, boy. Your house looking a real good day.
Boy, it's thanks to the hard-working and professional staff at the Housing Authority of Grenada. They handled me real nice. They did my plan, they did the construction, and I didn't even have to worry about a thing. They were there with me every step of the way, supervising the job, asking me about my concerns, giving me feedback as the house took shape. They were there from start to finish, and even put the keys in the palm of my hand. I give them an A++ for customer service.
Oh, it's people from housing bad, boy.
Boy, not bad. Excellent. If you're thinking about constructing your home, why not consult the Housing Authority of Grenada? You could visit them right down in the Sandino complex, or give them a call, 440-1015 or 440-1016. Or check out their website, hag473.com. They go handle you. They go jog your blocks, they go draw your plan, they go tote your materials. Hey man, where you going? The Housing Authority of Grenada is your choice for affordable housing and a stress-free construction experience.
Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store now has amazing deals, special discounted prices on wedding sets, watches and selected jewelry. We sell top brand jewelry and watches like Citizen at the best price. We offer the best deals and customer service on the island. Opening hours Mondays to Saturdays 9:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store, located at the Esplanade Mall, St. George's, Grenada. Visit or call us today for 14-3114-232-1234 or WhatsApp 533-1581. Sale is on for a limited time only.
Are you prepared for the hurricane season? Do you have a plan? Remember, water is essential in any emergency plan. Determine your family's water needs. Ensure your storage containers are food grade and store at minimum 35 gallons of water per person per day for at least 1 week. Understand that your planning may be different this year because of the need to protect yourself and others from COVID-19. Take the necessary actions to ensure that your household has an adequate stored water supply should there be an interruption. Be prepared. NOWASA, committed to meeting customers' needs.
Thank you very much. And last night we were telling you about the situation at Les Avocat system, where the system is now being regulated. So once you see Mikey Live come on in the night, 9 o'clock, the people who are served by the Les Avocat water system, you will be without water, and that will go until 6 a.m. But we have a special program this evening, just about 4 minutes, to talk more about that particular water system and the challenges that they are faced with. In fact, that water system there is over 100 years old. All right, so we're going to talk about that a little bit later on. So first, folks, welcome again to another Mikey Live program. The first thing that we have to tell all you about, boy, this morning was no ordinary morning for a vehicle owner that went into the Carenage. The details are sketchy, but it would seem that the driver attempted to reverse and park his vehicle in that vicinity, and the vehicle went over into the waters, as you can see. According to reports, there were no injuries associated with this incident. But boy, oh boy, it created a stir in terms of whether or not there should be guardrails and so on in that particular area to prevent that sort of thing from happening in the future. While some say that there should be, others are saying that it is only a madman who will attempt to park there. By the way, it's a normal thing. Vehicles park there all the time. Some argue that putting rails in this area will take away from its natural beauty. All right, so any which way, we know that now that we have seen this happen, that persons who are attempting to use that area or to put their vehicle anywhere within that area be guided accordingly. All right, at least it could have been worse. No major injuries and so on associated with this particular incident that happened this morning on the Carenage. All right, well, there's one business place that is boasting of its sanitization protocols and so on. And we are talking about the KM2 Solutions. Now, they are located in Simone, St. Andrew, and they are saying that they have hired a company to assist with further sanitizing of their facility. The services of the company named Electro Defense Solutions, a company that uses electrostatic technology with disinfecting and sanitizing solutions. They say that it's been tested and approved by the Grenada Bureau of Standards. All right, they are saying now that in addition to other sanitizing protocols that they have in place, such as social distancing, sanitizing of your shoes and so on, sanitization stations all over the building, they are saying their building is now being sanitized on a bi-weekly basis using the solution. All right, well, not bad at all. So the government of Grenada, they are saying that they are ready to assist persons who have outside toilet and thing and outside bathroom and thing, because they're saying in 2021 that should not be happening, and so they say that they will be trying to see how best they can assist these people. Well, that's very interesting. Only the best bed you could bed is from an outside bathroom, you know? And the best you could do is in an outside toilet, you know. I tell you all the day, say. And if you never use an outside toilet or outside bathroom, why are you doing on the program? That program is not for you. You understand? But anyway, for those of you who have had the experience of the roaches and the red ants, will be humble. The more humble people on the program will be people who had that kind of experience. I said what I said. Anyway, so getting back to the serious business though, you know what I mean? Yo, all the thing, listen, just go sit down on it, you know what I mean? Yeah, just go sit down on it. And if you sit down, you have to put a little cocoa leaf, you know what I mean? And design the cocoa leaf around the thing, like, you know what I mean? And then you sit down because you're in problem, you know what I mean? And then you're watching any little hole in the thing there, you know what I mean? Anyway, let me that talk. So they say that they will try their best to help in that regard.
The issue of housing is an issue that has always been a major concern for us as a government and as a ministry. There's always need for vulnerable families needing house repairs, needing bathroom and toilet. We said before when we launched that program in 2020 that pit latrine has to be a thing of the past. In terms of improving the standard of living, we can provide seed and other things, but if people still have to go outside to use a toilet, then it means that we are not doing enough in terms of improving the standard of living of our people. And despite the pandemic, despite the issue that we are confronting in collecting less revenue, government is continuing and is committed to continue to provide assistance in terms of bathroom and toilet for families, and so very soon that program will restart. Everything we do now in the ministry is phased, so we cannot say that 100% will get through in 2021 because we are not collecting the revenue that we collected in 2019. And so, but we will strive to assist needy families in as much as we are able to do. Our housing repair will resume so that there are families there outside there who needing our assistance. There are social workers who are reaching out, who are identifying needy families, and so we will provide those assistance on a needs-by-need basis.
Thank you very much, Honorable Delma Thomas. You know, some people like singing Sandra would say, die with a dignity for the outside toilet. But you know what happened after Hurricane Ivan? Hurricane Ivan blew down them people thing and them. So people who were prepared to die with a dignity, well, well, you know what I mean, right? You have to make some. You ever try to go to use it by the outside toilet, you know, and then you head into the toilet and then somebody pass by and you have to play doing something else? You know what I mean? You know, you sweep in the yard, you cut in the bush, you peep in and see when you never go inside, and once you never move, then you know you shake out. Yeah, that. Cause you know what, nobody see you going in. You know what, nobody see you coming out. Those were the days, right? Yeah, that was saying every Grenadian must be humbled, knowing that you've gone through that. And some people nowadays, they forget where they come out. You know what I mean? They forget where they come out. All of a sudden, they hoity-toity. You know what I mean? Anyway, let that talk. All you, So there was a shooting incident that happened today, this afternoon. In fact, it's been widely reported that one individual by the name of Mr. Jason, yes, was shot. Jason Purcell. He was shot. You understand? By someone who they say was waiting for his arrival at his own home. Understand? So they say he was in vehicle, according to reports. Don't quote me on it, you know. All right, he was in his vehicle, and someone showed up and started shooting at him while he was still sitting in the vehicle. Now he was shot and injured and was taken to the General Hospital, where he's currently warded receiving treatment. The incident has happened, according to some of our sources, and it happened at Mount Parnassus in St. George. According to one police source, they are conducting their investigation into that shooting incident. Now, there are several theories that the police is working on, so it will be a matter of time that we will know exactly what's up with this incident. The why, I guess, will be the question on everyone's mind, because that is a very desperate attempt at one's life. So the big question tonight is why? We are moving on. How are we looking for time? All right. So one of the big stories today is that Caribbean Agro Industries and their plan, the increase of prices for products, flour and poultry products. Now, the prices were supposed to go into effect as of today, but the company has announced that it will postpone the increase of the prices. You know, they are the island's lone flour mill, all right? And people have been complaining that once they increase the price of the flour and so on, then that will trickle down to consumers. And of course, it will cause the price of a lot of products, because if the basic price of flour goes up, remember, we'll use flour for so many things, yes? And even for the poultry feed, then that means that the price of eggs and all these things will be going up. So under the new price structure that was announced by the company, the price of baking flour was due to increase by 10%, cooking flour 12%, poultry feed 6%, hog feed 12%, and all other feed produced at the local mill by 16%. You understand? So that was going to create some problems. The government say that they will be speaking with the company to keep these prices down, because in this time, Grenadians are not able to afford these kinds of hikes in prices. Now, one local supermarket owner, Mr. Andy Williams, is claiming that he is also seeing an increase in some of the products that they are importing due to the increase in freight. So, for example, he's saying that one of the first price hike that he has noticed is in oil, and he says that there is a likelihood that in shipments to come, prices of other products that come from that part of the world will increase as well.
Well, we just bought oil yesterday, right? And the supplier told us that because of the increase in freight, they had to increase the price. Now, I'll show you here. We used to have a special here on this oil, 3 for 10. Now, the price for one is 410. We used to have a special on this oil, on the 1 liter oil also, 2 for 12. Now the price is $7.80. Right? This big oil they used to cost $30. Approximately $30, now it's $37.20. Right? So we are seeing an increase in the prices, and not because of us, it's because of that the price we are getting from the supplier, because freight, have increased, So we are in for some high prices, and these is just showing up on the oil now because the oil recently coming. But whatever else is coming in, especially from China and the East and China and Indonesia and these places and so, the freight has just skyrocketed. So you will see increased prices, right? In a few weeks, you might see cheese increasing, saltfish increasing also. So it's a tough time ahead for all of us as Grenadians.
Don't worry, we'll make it. We will find a way to make it. You know what I mean? Wow. No star. All right, so we are moving on, and so the next thing that we have to, so it's tough, right? It's tough. It's really tough on all ends. Now, the RBTT workers are now back on the job. After staging a sick out, the workers are back, doing their regular chores. Now, their grievance is that their employer doesn't want to honor its commitment to workers, know that the company is in the process of changing ownership, as we are going to be hearing right now from Mr. Andre Lewis, who is the president of the Technical and Allied Workers Union. And it's coming across like the industrial climate is really, really, really getting a little unstable. It is heating up. You understand? Because just before we go to him, you realize that so many people are now protesting. So many companies, individuals, you understand? They're all protesting. So let's see where that will lead.
The bank is making an argument that although it is selling its shares, it has sold its shares. This is not a sale. This is not a change in ownership. And therefore they are refusing to accept the recommendation of the Labour Commissioner. As a result of that, it certainly have left us in a position where it does not make any sense. You can't tell me, or can't tell anyone that you are selling. You have informed us that RBC Caribbean Financial are selling out the operations in the Eastern Caribbean, which includes RBTT Grenada. But this is not a change in ownership. This is not a sale.
Right. Now, what he's saying here is that the company, they are trying to run away from their obligation to their workers. And he says that they will be calling on the local authorities to step in and protect the workers.
What they are trying to do is to get away from the successor employer options that the current workers of RBTT Grenada have, where they can decide to go over with a new employer or seek termination and receive termination allowance. That's clearly what they are trying to do, and it does not make sense. They are selling the operations, and the Section 45, 2, and 1 of the Employment Act basically said where you dispose of a business in any form, be it you lease, partially sold, or any form, the condition for successor employer arises, because it recognizes that you cannot sell a worker, you cannot sell an individual.
Right. Thank you very much, Mr. Andre Lewis, for that. All right. All right. So, all you, we are moving on. How are we looking for time? Man, freeze up on the things. So what's going on there? All right. Just 1 second. I don't know, but what is it, like sabotage or we are getting just a slight technical glitch here. I don't know why, but of course, you know, we are going to have that resolved as soon as possible. Yes, I am not sure as to what is causing that. All right, so we apologize for that. So we're moving on. All right, so the next thing that we have to tell all you about New York Attorney General Letitia James, she has vowed to fight alongside the new Joe Biden administration in the United States in stopping deportations to the Caribbean and other places. You have seen in the past few years, you understand? A lot of people who have lived all their lives in the U.S., you understand, being deported. Nobody in those original countries like Grenada to support them. You just deport them. Sometimes these people just have would have spent just a few years of their life in Grenada or in these respective countries, and then you just deport them. You understand? So they're saying that they're going to work hard to avoid that are to prevent that from happening. You understand? Well, Olio, we wish them good luck with that piece. You understand? Olio, the next thing that we have to tell Olio about, boy, we had to run because we realize time going down quickly. Grenada's COVID-19 situation looking pretty. You understand? It look nice. All you can see that on all the screen. But if all you can see it on all the screen, I'm going to explain it for all ya. This is the latest update from the Ministry of Health as it relates to Grenada's COVID-19 status, as you can see on your screen. That was today. Grenada has only one active case of COVID-19. Somebody say hooray. One active case only of the COVID-19. Imagine that Grenada is one of the countries in the only country in the world with such low case of COVID-19 in the world. In a few days, Grenada will be one of the only countries in the world with no known active case of COVID-19. Somebody say, hey, man. Hey, man. Amen, amen. So it means, therefore, that with proper planning, yes, with proper planning and compliance, we're going to be pretty. You understand? Because the plan requires compliance. You understand? We're going to be pretty. We go nice. We go smooth. You understand? So, this is my submission. That if the numbers stay like that, under 20, by the end of June, Grenadians could have a bacchanal. We lock in the borders 20 days prior to Carnival. And we can organize ourselves. You understand? We lock in the borders 20 days prior to. You understand? Anybody who come into the rush, they go be in quarantine, you know, because all who want to come, let it come. We ain't stopping nobody from coming. But we're just saying that you would need that time in the event that you came in with the COVID, you'll still have time to recover to play a mass. You understand? And the weekend of, after the whole thing, then we open back up and then the story end, the wire bend, the economy pretty. All vendor get $5. You know what I mean? Everybody get like a something to drink and a sweetie to suck, and everybody good. I think Grenadians deserve that. That's our country. Nobody called that. We country. You understand? And it's about time Grenadians get something for themselves. They've been asked to put up with so many things over the years. They need something back in it. I'm telling all of that. We need to break the ice a bit. Because right now there's a lot of steam. And we need an outlet. You understand? I don't talk. Now I tell you to vote. Anyway, all right, let me go. Love vote me. When I come, there's massive. I see no reason why. If you're concerned that Grenada, our visitor arrivals will decrease, no, it would not. Because when you give them a time that you're going to be closing your borders, they come in before the time. And listen what they're doing. They go stay longer. What? They don't know rocket science, dog. So people who used to stay for 1 week and 2 weeks, because now they have to stay a bit longer. Place go nice. Then people saving up their money. They come in. But hear what? Our quarantine protocols are going to be so strict, so rigid, that we don't have to worry about letting people come. If they are COVID, they could have COVID 4 times. We don't matter. Because we know that when we put in them is fine. That's where the COVID stay in. We go pretty. You understand? All the money that we lose back in it, we get in that back. You understand? It's vision. It's vision. And they will. You understand? Anyway, let me that talk. So, only the next thing that we have to tell all about how we're looking for time. So, here's how we're running. I go, all right, I'm going on. Hold on. Jeff Bezos, right? He is to step down as Amazon CEO. He said, no, not really happen and thing. He said, just fine. It's no time for him to do philanthropic work. Go out in the field and do some work, you know, in the interest of others. We say the company has been doing so good. You understand? And it's grateful for that. Yeah? The profit margins, well, listen, everything just everything nice for the company. And then brat, a report come out. Amazon kept $62 million in tips intended for drivers, according to one report. So we don't know what the relationship, we don't know if he stepped down because of that and he just tried to say something else. We don't know. But what we can tell you, Amazon needs to pay back nearly $62 million in drivers' tip that it schemed over the years, according to federal regulators. Rather than passing along 100% of customers' tips to drivers, as it had promised to do, Amazon used the money itself. Oh God! Would you imagine, people? I don't making it up. It's right there. Who have eyes to see, let them see. We're moving on. How are we looking for time? A 14-year-old boy. Now, the news came out this morning of a copper thief in Trinidad. Died on the pole. You understand? For some with sensitive thing, close all your eyes. But it's not so graphic. Alright? Right? So, the news broke that somebody's on the pole dead. Right? And he's known as a copper thief. Well, they call him a copper thief because, duh, that's what he's doing there, right? By the time the news started to circulate earlier, would you believe it was a 14-year-old boy left on the pole? He was electrocuted. According to the family, he left home on Tuesday evening with a person from the area. He told his family he would return later that night or early in the morning. Oh, but then again, what 14 years? I mean, 14 years, you're making the man sleep out. They say the family became worried when he did not come home and made a report to the police about 9 p.m. Now, they say the father also made contact with the person who had picked up the little boy. The man told him that he had dropped off the teen near their home. However, the 14-year-old had been electrocuted. His body was found on an electrical pole at around 9 a.m. today. Now, police believe that he was there with others to steal copper when he came into contact with the high-tension wires, and the person or persons he was there with left him at the scene. Are they find that right? No, you tell me. You find that right? They must lose their backside in jail. 14 years in a dag. 14 years. Only 14 years. Now that's painful, and that incident happened in Trinidad. You understand? Folks, let's stick a pin to tell you this. Now, a smile can mask a cry for help. So don't be that guy, don't be that woman who just overlooks someone's cry for help. The Ministry of Social Development, Housing and Community Empowerment can be contacted on telephone number 440-4787, 440-2269. So if you know of anybody who may need any sort of assistance where that is concerned, please have them call the number. All right? The helpline again is 440-4787 or 440-2269. You can also WhatsApp 417-6167. Now, the Special Victims Unit of the Royal Grenada Police Force can be contacted at 440-4739, or there's a hotline that you can call 400. It is important that people who are going through any sort of abuse and so on get the help that they need. Please do not take it for granted. Don't take anyone for granted. There is help, and just contact any of these numbers. You can also call 911. If you know of anyone who's been abused and so on, you can also call the number, give them a tip, call 400, give them a tip, tell them what's going on and where it's happening, and they will help. All right, how are we looking for time? Now, we have promised to talk to you about the water system here in Grenada. Now, last night we told you about the Les Avocats water system that is to be valve regulated, effective yesterday. Now, there were persons who were wondering, okay, why? And it's so early in the year. Why is that happening? Now, water is a very scarce resource in Grenada, and climate change has already begun to aggravate the problem with an increasing average temperature and more erratic rainfall. Now, the climate resilient water sector in Grenada, the GCRUISE project, presents an opportunity, they say, to implement climate resilience throughout the island's water sector. Now, this will benefit the entire population of the state of Grenada. Under Component 3 of the project, Climate Resilience of NAWASA's supply system, investments will be made to the infrastructure to research climate resilient levels of water production and to overcome climate-induced water shortages. Now, this video that you're about to see gives an insight of the reservoirs currently in operations in Grenada. It also highlights the old reservoir, Les Avocats, which was constructed over 100 years ago. Now, the general manager of NAWASA, Mr. Christopher Husbands, speaks on one of the deficiencies that NAWASA faces, which is the storage of water. Two investments from the Green Climate Fund, the GCF, focuses on the upgrade of Les Avocats reservoirs and the construction of a new storage for water collection in PT Etang. And this is the first in a series of programs that we'll be having every Wednesday.
Water is a scarce resource in Grenada, and climate change has already begun to aggravate the problem of drought with an increasing average temperature and more erratic rainfall. More frequent heavy rainfall events make water supply outages more common due to high turbidity in the raw water supply. The Les Avocats Reservoir was constructed over 100 years ago and is the oldest on island. It has a distribution capacity of 230 gallons of water per day, serving consumers in two parishes, St. George's and St. David's. The storage capacity of the current water catchment system is inadequate to meet the demands of a growing population, compounded by the challenges posed by earth movement and unexpected trap silt due to change in climate and the environment.
Storage is one of the deficiencies that we've had maybe from inception because of the way a lot of our water supply systems have been constructed. Basically what we have are small weirs on an intake on a river, so you don't have a lot of storage area. The issue of raw water storage is one that is going to be exacerbated with the projected impacts of climate change, which are going to call for longer, more intense dry spells, and on the other side, more intense rainfall events. Let's look at the dry season side of it, when you have longer intervals without rainfall. As it stands now, the rivers drop to a percentage of their normal flow. So as a result, we have to cut back the production from the plants. When this happens, of course, persons are out of water because we don't have enough water being produced on a daily basis to feed everyone. So we have to be regulating valves along the distribution network to give different sections of the network a supply at different times of the day. In addition to the inconvenience, this poses a host of quality control problems, and I'm sure that has been ventilated way more than we would like. So of course we recognize it and we're trying to fix it. Storage for the GCF project has been the largest investment of the whole project, and as I said, it's because of the importance we place on it. On the raw water storage side, we have two investments. We have a new intake structure and storage reservoir for Les Avocats, and we have a new intake structure and storage reservoir for Pitié. These two systems are actually linked. They are geographic neighbors, and they both experience severe dry season shortfalls. The new dam is going to, of course, provide us with significantly more stored raw water that we can draw from on a daily basis to augment the natural river flow in an attempt to keep the plant producing a normal, what we would call a normal wet season output. And that will allow us to be consistent with our supply and not have to be regulating the distribution network on a constant basis over a 24-hour period.
Les Avocats will have a new and higher dam built to improve the water resources availability for drinking water supply. The new reservoir's volume will be 5 times that of the current system. The facility will be constructed on the same site as the current existing reservoir and will not disturb the environment.
Thank you very much, and this is the first in a series of programs that we will be conducting in that regard. Folks, what we're going to do right now is take a quick break, and when we come back, we've got for you the National Report and the weather.
We support you at every stage of your life.
For business.
For your education.
For your financial freedom.
For that new ride.
Upgrade your life with the Communal. Contact us today.
Running low on groceries? Why not visit realvalueiga.com and experience our new online shopping platform? Place your order, then go out and enjoy your day to spend more time with friends and family. Free delivery available within select locations or in-store pickup available. Sounds simple, right? It is. Stress less, live more with Real Value IGA online store, where good food begins.
How going on, boy?
Hey, good old things.
Hey, easy.
Yeah.
Boy, in line, boy. Your house looking a real good day.
Boy, it's thanks to the hard-working and professional staff at the Housing Authority of Grenada. They handled me real nice. They did my plan, we did the construction, and I didn't even have to worry about a thing. They were there with me every step of the way, supervising the job, asking me about my concerns, giving me feedback as the house took shape. They were there from start to finish, and even put the keys in the palm of my hand. I give them an A++ for customer service.
Oh, it's people from housing bad, boy.
Boy, not bad. Excellent. If you're thinking about constructing your home, why not consult the Housing Authority of Grenada? You could visit them right down in the Sandino complex, or give them a call, 440-1015 or 440-1016. Or check out their website, hag473.com. They go handle you. They go jog your blocks, they go draw your plan, they go tote your materials. Hey man, where you going? The Housing Authority of Grenada is your choice for affordable housing and a stress-free construction experience.
Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store now has amazing deals, special discounted prices on wedding sets, watches and selected jewelry. We sell top brand jewelry and watches like Citizen at the best price. We offer the best deals and customer service on the island. Opening hours Mondays to Saturdays 9:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store, located at the Esplanade Mall, St. George's, Grenada. Visit or call us today for 14-3114-232-1234 or WhatsApp 533-1581. Sale is on for a limited time only.
Are you prepared for the hurricane season? Do you have a plan? Remember, water is essential in any emergency plan. Determine your family's water needs. Ensure your storage containers are food grade and store at minimum 35 gallons of water per person per day for at least 1 week. Understand that your planning may be different this year because of the need to protect yourself and others from COVID-19. Take the necessary actions to ensure that your household has an adequate stored water supply should there be an interruption. Be prepared. Nawasa, committed to meeting customers' needs.
Showtime shop at Quartz. We got all the things you want.
It's showtime at Quartz. Shop today and save up to 30% off on selected Whirlpool cooker. Plus, get a chance to win amazing weekly prizes with purchases of $299 and over. So don't delay. Get what you need now and pay absolutely nothing until 2021.
Showtime, we got it. Just what you need, yeah, Quartz got it.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
You want a hand sanitizer to do 3 things: kill germs, be gentle, and to go where you go. You can get all of that in our hand sanitizer. Hard on germs, gentle on hands, affordable. Remember, hand sanitizers contain alcohol. Keep away from heat and flames and avoid contact with eyes. Available at retailers island-wide.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
Anywhere at any time and have it delivered to you right here in Grenada at yogo.gd.
Government reinforces the rationale for its proposed deferral of the 4% wage increase to public officers for 2021. We'll have details to this story and more in the National Report. Welcome back. With the details to the news for Wednesday, February 3rd, 2021, I am Sherian Noel. The government of Grenada is reinforcing the rationale for its proposed deferral of the 4% wage salary increase due to public officers for 2021. The increase will add $13.2 million to the public sector wage bill at a time when the government is facing a significant drop in revenue due to the economic impact of the COVID-19 pandemic. In response to recent public pronouncements by one of the trade unions attempting to justify the demand, government outlines the 5 main reasons why the deferral is necessary. It is important to note that the government did not initiate the buyback of Grenada. This was mandated by a court ruling following legal proceedings initiated by WRB based on the provisions of the 1994 share purchase agreement, which allowed the company to claim a jour due to changes to the operational environment of the energy sector. Further, the money used for the Grenada repurchase was taken from allocations for capital projects. This money was provided largely through grants and soft loan funding, and any attempt to use this for recurrent expenditure will make the country ineligible for future support of this nature. The fact that government has been forced into this unplanned expenditure at a time when revenue earnings are lower than expected further undermines its inability to manage a larger wage bill at this time. The public should also know that moves were already being made to garnish government's assets both at home and abroad, which had the potential to affect government's ability to pay salaries or conduct any business whatsoever. The government of Grenada recognizes its obligation to honor the collective labor agreement that provides for the wage salary increase, but the economic fallout from COVID-19 is putting a strain on the country's coffers at this time and therefore provides justification for the deferral. Moving along, residents of the new Chinese low-income housing units at the 5 sites across the island will be required to pay 45% of the cost price, which will include the cost of security and maintenance of the facility. That announcement by Minister for Housing, Honorable Delma Thomas. During Tuesday's post-cabinet press briefing, Minister Thomas said a decision was taken to increase the cost to include these measures due to the gaps that were experienced in the first phase of the housing project.
In this phase, we looked at what happened in the first phase. So this phase we have incorporated in terms of the price that you pay while it's a gift. We have 45% of the cost price, and that will include the insurance and security fees. So one of the things that the fee tier that we saw wasn't in the first site, and we had a number of conflicts, was security. And so the people now will be paying in terms of the fee to have security and maintenance costs. When you're talking about apartment building, it means that you need somebody who will be able to maintain the outside of the buildings and the yard space. And so all these will be involved in that new second phase housing.
A management committee will be established to ensure that residents are adhering to the procedures outlined by the ministry.
At present, a team from the ministry is now in Carriacou with the Chinese looking at finalization of work there. They are finalizing water connection and electrical connection. In the next couple of weeks, those 3 sites will be available: St. Mark, St. Patrick, and Carriacou will be completed. In April, we'll see the completion of St. David, and Boucheju in St. George will be completed by July. There will be a ceremony. The biggest one we'll have it at the Prime Minister's constituency in Boucheju.
3 of the 5 units, Carriacou, St. Patrick, and St. Mark, will be handed over at the end of February. The St. David unit is scheduled to be completed in April. Minister Thomas says a ceremony will be held to signal completion of the units.
Based on what we saw happen with the first one, and there's so many challenges when different families are living together, and so based on what we saw in the past, we will be working to ensure that we deal with those issues.
Empower participants across the Tri-Island are currently receiving direct skills training to adequately prepare them for the job market in a number of areas. In this report, Eugenia Peters, Communications Officer in the Division of Youth, tells us the young men are excited to be a part of a program that guarantees them a bright future.
The direct skills training component of the Empower program provides opportunities for participants to gain the necessary skills that will enable them in becoming entrepreneurs or gain meaningful employment. Training has been delivered in a number of areas including plumbing, welding, auto mechanic repairs, and general construction. The plumbing training facilitated by Grenade exposes the participants to the basic fundamentals of plumbing. Travis Charles, one of the participants, says he is looking forward to certification and upgrade upon completion.
Well, after this training, I look to reach far and reach to a higher grade in life.
With confidence, Anderson Isaac, another participant, says the lessons learned from the course will enable him to become self-employed.
I see myself being a boss at what I learned, and executing the work that was taught to me.
Grateful for the opportunity to receive training in the area of welding, Kyle Williams says his creative skill will enable him to make a career out of welding.
I like to do things with my hands and then see them actually coming out. So this is a perfect place for me, welding is something I always look to pursue in, maybe a career.
having prior basic skills in general construction, Maridel Cummings, attached to the St. Andrew Southeast Community Brigade, spoke of his decision to receive the training.
To actually get achievement in the skills training as to how to do with the construction industry.
With less than 6 months left in the program, participants are also engaged in other areas, including heavy machinery equipment, commercial food preparation, general construction, and auto mechanic repairs. From the Division of Youth Development, I am Communications Officer Eugenia Peters.
Thank you, Eugenia. This is the National Report. The news will continue after the break.
The National Celebrations Committee invites all Grenadians home and abroad to tune in to the broadcast of the virtual staging of our 47th anniversary of Independence Cultural Extravaganza on Saturday, February 6th and military parade on Sunday, February 7th. Live from the National Cricket Stadium on GIS Channel 22, National Celebrations Committee and GIS Facebook pages and YouTube channels. The Cultural Extravaganza begins at 6 p.m. and will showcase the best of Grenada from all parishes under the theme Brighter Out of Darkness. Then on Sunday we return to the National Stadium at 9:30 a.m. for a special Made in Grenada feature and military parade. Happy 47th Grenada, rebuilding together a safer, more resilient nation in these challenging times.
Welcome back. The Grenada Spotlight Initiative has made significant strides towards fulfilling its mandate to eliminate violence against women and girls. Since the launch of the program in 2020, the Ministry of Social Development has hit the ground running to implement projects and programs to strengthen service delivery. The EU and UN-funded Spotlight Initiative will contribute to the achievement of gender equality, peace, social inclusion, and protection of human rights, which are in accordance with the National Sustainable Development Goals. Fiona Sandy, Acting Senior Program Officer in the Division of Gender and Family Affairs, says with the help of the Spotlight Initiative, the ministry has been able to recruit additional staff, case managers, and coordinator.
To date, we have recruited and trained 3 new GBV case managers and a policy development coordinator. These persons are now on the staff of the Division of Gender and Family Affairs on a short-term basis to help to strengthen the essential service delivery pillar and to strengthen the various institutions, coordinate policy development and policy processes throughout the implementation of the Spotlight Initiative.
Ms. Sandy says through the initiative, the Cedars Home for Women and Children has been retrofitted. She highlighted other implementation progress under the country's program.
A draft report has been done considering the work, or rather considering where Grenada is now at in terms of eliminating violence against women and girls in terms of law and policy. What reforms need to be made, what new laws and policy need to be introduced. There's been completion of a situational analysis and resulting draft standard operating procedures of services offered by the sectors that respond to gender-based violence. The team is now examining the next steps. And of course, this would look at the sectors of police, health, social services, etc. Cedars has been retrofitted. That Cedars Home for Abused Women and their Children has been retrofitted to include a quarantine isolation area, making it COVID-19 ready.
The initiative will be implemented in 2 phases. The first will end in December 2021, and the second phase will conclude in December 2022. And finally, in the news, students and staff of the Calais Government School and the Grandance Roman Catholic School on Wednesday featured aspects of Grenada's history in commemoration of the country's 47th celebration of independence. Due to the effects of COVID-19, many of the events were being held virtually or reduced in keeping with the Ministry of Health's approved COVID-19 guidelines. Member of the Independence Planning Committee, Kendall Charles, stressed the importance of getting the children involved in highlighting Grenada's history.
We know it's challenging times and we have to roster our children to get them out here, but we cannot forget the season. It's independence, so we must keep in contact with our history and with our country's origin and the things that we ought to celebrate. So with that, we planned a few activities and have our children engage in them. And this activity here, which is the grandest, it's coming close to the culmination, all right, of a list of activities.
Frankson Marshall, teacher at Grandance RC School, believes the collaboration will give the students an experience in history they will always remember.
Many traditional activities are not done in school as before. And I think this is of greater pertinence this year because of the fact that school attendance has been so limited. And school is not only about teaching and learning, but about experiences. And having the students having this opportunity to have this independence experience in the environment and with the vibrant colors, it goes along with adding value to their knowledge and experience of being at school. So this, I think, is a remarkable event by the school.
And with that story, we come to the end of the National Report for Wednesday, February 3rd, 2021. Now for a recap of the top story. Government reinforces the rationale for its proposed deferral of the 4% wage increase to public officers for 2021. On behalf of the entire news and production team, I am Sharian Noel, thanking you for viewing.
Thank you very much, Sharian, and the rest of the team at the GIS. And of course, that's it for the National Report. That's it for the program for tonight. And before we go, we have to tell you about the weather. Partly cloudy to cloudy and windy with light to moderate showers. Tonight's minimum temperature 23.5 degrees Celsius. Winds east-northeasterly to easterly at 15 to 25 miles per hour, gusting higher during showers. Now, seas are moderate to rough, waves 7 to 9 feet in open waters. A high surf and marine advisory remains in effect. And we just want to big up a few people on the program. Kireen and Shireen and Natalia and Ansha, Gemma, Nayak, Irma, Ezran, Mom, and Lintona. We have Michelle. Angel is also with us tonight. Those of you who are here and not saying anything, we know that you're there. Hello to you as well. Let's see who else. We have a Donna, we have Vicky, we have a Trevelyn, we have with us as well Cassie. Big up to you, Cassie, all right? And Dolores, and Kenny, and Sharon, and Bonita. Welcome. Cherry-Ann, how are you? And Lisa, and Irma. Javar and Sarika, Cynthia and Bermuda, Richard and Princess B, sorry, Bonita, Cassie, Eunice, and Curtis, Atalia, Joyous, and Glenda. Thanks for watching Spice Girl as well, and Ansha and Roland. Thanks, guys. All the best, and we're going to touch base again tomorrow, God's willing. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we all say, Ja! No! All the best. Take care, you and your family.